We welcome you to our second game here from Saskatoon this morning. This will be the men's B bronze medal game. Game between the Winnipeg VMG Blizzard and Stony Creek Supreme. First look at the VMG Blizzard out of Winnipeg. Didn't get to see them during the preliminary round. Stony Creek we've seen a couple of times here at the original Joe's Field, one of three fields being used here at the Hank Rice Center in Saskatoon for these national championships. Blizzard in the white and blue trim. Starting goaltender for Winnipeg, Darren Lodge, a good friend who I always have a chat with when I come to these national championships. He's been playing a long time. Davis Worth, the goaltender for Stony Creek. Stony Creek in the black and the white trim. Stony Creek, a community just outside of Hamilton in Ontario. Had the pleasure of calling some games involving Stony Creek at a couple of Allen Cups, Canada's men's national amateur hockey championship. And also here in ball hockey. So they're big in ball hockey, big in ice hockey, and players slide down into the corner. Up first is Dewick. Got it to the front, cleared away by Lodge, but right away a tripping penalty coming up. I believe it's going to go, well, let's see. Two minutes tripping will go to Winnipeg. It's number 25, Troy Turnent. Power play, Stony Creek, just 23 seconds in. Ojero. He's got Austin Blaze here on the left. Blaze has got it. Back to Ojero. Down into the corner. Michael Durney. He'll leave it there for Wolanski. Ball goes up in the air. Jump ball. And the tall player from Winnipeg. I believe that's Jamie Wilson. Went up and got that. It's not in over the blue line yet. Now it's in. They'll come back to Blaze. Good shot wide. Then it's put over the top of the goal by Dungy. Dungy with another chance. That just missed from a sharp angle. Blaze. Taylor back at the point. Dewick in front, scores. So a power play goal for Stony Creek. Sneaking in from the point, Jake Ojero. He makes it 1-0 for Stony Creek. Great pass. Nice little move by Ojero. He's normally back at the point. He saw an opportunity and snuck in and got rewarded. Wolanski fast down the right side. Drop pass. Backhand. Save made by Lodge. He got the left hand up. Kept that out. Stony Creek coming close to making it 2-0. Power play goal by Stony Creek in the first minute and a half. Have them out 1-0 in this game. That's tipped just wide. Kyle Robertson was set up in front of Lodge and tipped it over the top of the goal. Now Winnipeg with Phil Ferenik. A little mix-up at the blue line. Walensky will bring it back in for Stony Creek. Shot saved. They score. I thought Lodge got it, but it's another goal for Stony Creek, and they're off to a very quick start. A little tough to see. I thought I heard it hit the pad. It may have caught a piece of the pad, but then went in. This is Walensky. Gets it to the trailer. I think that may have been Taylor. Taylor the trailer, and it is 2-0. Early. And a timeout called by Winnipeg here early as they are in deep, and we are just getting started. So timeout, Winnipeg. They've fallen behind early as I get my green tea delivered. Thanks so much. Take a timeout. As I take a timeout, I'll take a little sip of my tea. It's a little cool here in the arena too, so nice hot beverage early on a Sunday morning won't hurt. So just barely 2.5 minutes gone. It's 2-0 for Stony Creek in this men's B bronze medal game. Scores! Boy, goals coming fast and furious in this one. Well, Winnipeg called the timeout. Whatever they said seems to have worked. Wide open net. No chance at all for Worth on that one. So 2-1. Right back in it. Don't blink. Chesson drops it back. Shot. That just missed by Taylor. Here comes Newman. Hebb looking for it, and Hebb's going to draw a penalty against Stony Creek. Hooking. So they get a goal. Now they go on the power play. Alex Taylor gone to the penalty box. 16:39 remaining. Had a lot happen. Lywalk. They'll get it over to Saunders. This is Brody Saunders. Down along the wall. Getting it out in front, shooting it. Newman, or actually it's 15, not 5. 2CM. Get someone to tell Winnipeg to fill in their numbers on the back. It's the outline of the numbers. Not the greatest for play-by-play. Just saying. Milton Michel. Shot didn't get through. Cleared away by Stony Creek. Go down low, back at the point. Big slap shot. That was blocked right up high by Robertson. Able to keep it in. Tyler West. West will shoot it. Scores! And we are tied. 4 goals in under 5 minutes between these two teams. Power play goal. It's Tyler West directing traffic. Crosses. Centers it. And 2 players in front for Winnipeg, providing a great screen. We're tied at 2. Flooring call against Winnipeg. Face off to the left of Darren Lodge. Looked like Stony Creek were going to run away early, but they got reeled in by the blizzard. Shot wide down into the corner, taken by Wilson. In behind the goal to Liwak. Kept in. Shot goes up out of play as Dan Kakaby shot it, went off one of the Winnipeg players. Face-off will stay in the Winnipeg end. Big day if you're a baseball fan too, by the way. Maybe watch the ball hockey on your computer and follow the baseball as well. 4 teams within a game of each other in the wildcard race in the American League East, including the Toronto Blue Jays, tied with Seattle Mariners, 1 game behind both the Yankees and Boston. So, could be very interesting next few days. We could end up with tiebreakers before we even get to a wildcard game, depending on what happens this afternoon and this evening. And a very interesting day here as well in Saskatoon with the ball hockey, these national championships. All these gold medal games coming up after this bronze medal game in the men's B. Thrown out in front, that's picked off and cleared away by Turnent. They'll get it out. Well, they still can't get it in over the blue line. Still not in. Now it's dumped in. It'll go right to Worth, and Worth will cover it up with Turnent right there for Winnipeg. Two early in this one. What a difference between this game and the women's B that we had a moment ago. That one ended 0-0 after regulation. Saskatoon won it in overtime. Here we had 4 goals in the first 5 minutes. It's backhanded through the crease, cleared away by Young. Wolanski. Michel trying to chase him down. The drop pass came to Fentic, and he put it wide. Off the boards, here we come, 2-on-1 down low for Winnipeg. They can't get it out in front. Newman was there. Winnipeg with it in the corner. Now it's up along the boards. Players pile in there. Comes behind the goal, finally comes loose. On it is Young. Young working against the boards. Still it's loose, and Davis Worth said, okay, everybody take a breath. I'll hold on to this, and we'll get a whistle. Start this again. Worth makes the save. Shot by Liwak goes off a Stony Creek player and out of play. Wilson to face off against Durney. Durney won the face off. McKinnon couldn't control it. Ball again goes out of play as it goes straight up into the ceiling. Stony Creek will make the change. Blaze, heads up. Oh, we got it. Cameraman got it. That's the first one that's come up here. Went off the pillar that's right behind our camera. It came over and almost knocked over my tee, which would have been a disaster. I didn't realize it was coming that close. Actually hit the table right in front of me, rattled around. Everybody's okay. Kept in by Winnipeg. Ferranic back to the point shot. Save made by Worth, and he will cover it up. Face off to the right of Davis Worth in goal for Stony Creek. Again, the shot by Ferranic off a stick up high, out of play. Wilson to face off against Dewick. Taken by Stony Creek, and they will get it out. Ferranic. Can you get the ball to settle at center? He does. Then he'll go into forecheck. In against Jake Ojiro. Ojiro comes up with the ball, moves it up to the blue line, and it'll be kept in by Winnipeg. Ferranic with a shot, save made by Worth. Olofsson, his shot goes wide. Wilson trying to track it down along the boards. He does, gets there first. Taken away by Taylor. West goes to the boards with Dewick. They continue in round behind the goal that comes out in front. Played back. West has got it. West, he'll just slap it around the boards. Gets by everybody, and that will be a flooring call against Winnipeg. We've played 9 minutes, 16 seconds. It is 2-2. This men's B bronze medal game. Once this one is over, we turn our attention to the gold medal games. We've got 4 of them, of course. We will start with the women's gold, men's D gold, men's C gold, and then the men's B gold to finish off our coverage for the week. 28 games in total on our webcast schedule. Games being played here at the original Joe's Pad. Chance right in front that time. Robertson. I think Lodge may have gotten the pad down and kept it out. That goes up high into the beams. That's Pudwai, comes off the end boards. Winnipeg couldn't hold it in. Wolanski. Cross four off the boards, a little bit too far for Robinson. Or Fentic, rather. Played it back. Robertson played it in. That got past Saunders. Wolanski out in front for Robertson. And Saunders just got his stick in the way of that. Robertson thought he had a great scoring chance, but was denied. It's put into the corner. Good pass here on the right side, picked up by Liwak. Young goes in behind the goal for Stony Creek. Ball comes to the corner. Again, the players pile into the corner. Winnipeg come up with it. Still nobody can get real control. Now they do. Winnipeg with a shot up. No, it did not stay in play. It went out. Defense tightening up a little bit after a frantic opening few minutes. Stony Creek opened up a 2-0 lead just over 2 minutes into the game, but Winnipeg has come back to tie it. All the goals coming in the first 5.5 minutes. That ball will come out over center. Races on. Liwak against Taylor. In to help on the forecheck was Chesson. Ferenik for Winnipeg. Ferenik tried to get it to Wilson. Wilson in forecheck, and Wilson comes up with it, then lost it. Kakaby. Taylor couldn't get to it. It shot in wide of the goal. Ferenik pinching in from the right point. He's able to hold it in. Ferenik with a shot. That goes wide. West, his shot blocked away by Worth, and it goes out of play in behind the goaltender. Time for a message from Napper. Long shot in on Darren Lodge. Lodge will hold on to it. 8:12 left to play here in the opening period. Newman to Hebb. Hebb working it back towards the blue line and throws it towards the goal. Worth plays it into the corner. Lays Newman in there. Newman comes up with it to Hebb. Hebb has his stick all tied up, can't get a shot through. And Stony Creek able to get it out. Hebb on the right side this time. Goes into the boards. Austin Blaze tipped up through the middle. Picked off there by Dumas. And Winnipeg bring it in. It comes right to Worth. Worth comes out and plays it away to the boards. Back in Wilson. He overran it. Ojero couldn't move it. Saunders with a shot that goes wide. Good job there by Hobbs to hold it in. His shot goes wide. Looked like Stony Creek were going to get it out over center, and Hobbs broke it up. Lodge thought about coming out, stayed in, and it's a goal for Stony Creek. And Wolanski with quite the celly. See, there's a loose ball. Lodge thought about coming out, elected to go back, and then gets beaten 5-hole by Wolanski. And Wolanski, he'd like that. Zing. So Stony Creek back on top now, 3-2. I thought Lodge was going to come out and go get the ball. He took 2 steps forward and then 2 steps back. And the ball ended up in the back of the goal. Darren is one of those guys that every championship we do always takes the time to come over and say hello. We have a great chat every championship. Wrist shot. Lodge with the save that time. Ferenik tried to drop it back, was looking to get it to Michel. It was Robertson. Robertson trying to cut inside. West stayed with him and took it away. Ferenik with a chance. Elected to pass it. Shot scores. Good decision. Kyle Collins with the goal. I'm laughing because after he scored, he mimicked the celebration of Wolanski. And shot his own arrow. Here's Ferenik across. Collins does a little sweep, and let's see if we stay with this long enough for him to go and well, came just after this. Oh, there it is. He'll shoot the arrow as well. We'll come back live. Tied at 3. Out at center, Stony Creek have it. Dean had it taken away by Collins. That shot stopped by Worth, and it goes up and out of play. 5:07 left to go. We are tied at 3. If you like scoring, this is a good game for you. Stony Creek make a change. Kyle Robertson goes off, and he's definitely done something to his knee as he hobbled off. It's just, as we say, tweaked it. It's going to be able to walk it off, or if it's going to be an issue for him in this game, we'll keep an eye. There it is again, coming off that dasher and coming out towards the middle a little bit. Wilson. Shot wide. Holdick or Holditch rather, got there first for Stony Creek. He went down. The ball was played back in. Ojiro, he lost as he got it in over the blue line. Winnipeg come back the other way. Ferenik in the middle, shot off the stick of Taylor, out of play. That was Walker Hobbs with the opportunity for Winnipeg. Goes into the Stony Creek players' bench. Faceoff will come back down in their end. It's lifted high down the floor. That's onside, shot just wide. Fentic shot it from the blue line. Dumas. That's picked off. Here comes Kakaby. Kakaby in over the blue line. Kakaby wide, backhand, save made by Lodge. Taken away by Saunders. Dewick with a shot. Rattles around, comes here to the near side. Back in behind the goal, Saunders. Kakaby watching him, knocks it to the boards. Saunders goes back behind his goal. Nobody there. Dumas has to go back to get it. And up ahead to Turnant. Turnant shoots. And Worth will take that right in the chest and hold on. And at the end of that play, there was a penalty called against Stony Creek. So a power play for Winnipeg. Stony Creek wanted a penalty called against Winnipeg as their player went down. Milton Michel leaves it for West. That shot stopped by Worth. Heb. Back to Michel, just able to get a stick on that to keep it in. And then a bad pass intercepted. Sent down the floor by Chesson, shot by Wolanski. Shorthanded Wolanski, trying to jump over the Winnipeg player. This time Lodge comes out to play it. Collins. And trying to play it out was Worth. It hit Collins and rolled behind him. He had to dive back, and now another penalty. Tripping. See where this one goes. There's such a pile up in the crease. Another one to Stony Creek. Ryan Young gone to the penalty box, so 5-on-3 now for Winnipeg. Saunders to the side, shot up and out of play. Don't think that touched anybody. Let's see, where are they going to bring the face off? Outside, yep. Duciem His shot from the right side. Winnipeg will change up their power play. Again, it's 5-on-3. Heb. So 30 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. Brennick down alongside the goal. Stony Creek get a stick on it and send it down the floor. Lodge plays it up ahead to West. Turn it back to West for Rennick. Back to West. He'll shoot it. Scores! He rips it top shelf. So 5-on-3. Winnipeg make good. This is West. He'll come here to Ferenik. He'll give it back to West. And he'll just step into one, and it goes over the right shoulder of the goaltender. Yeah, technically 5-on-4. That was 2 seconds, looking up at the clock. Time of the goal, 2 seconds after the first penalty had expired, but the player had not been able to really get back. But it means that the second penalty will come off the board as well. So it's 5-on-5. Austin Blaze shot did not get through, and here comes Winnipeg. Wilson getting it down in behind the goal. Blaze. It'll come out. Under a minute to go. Taylor. Turned, fired it. The whistle has gone. Face off to the right of Darren Lodge in goal for Winnipeg. Winnipeg lead it 4-3. They trail 2-0 in the first couple of minutes of this game. It has been a wild first period, and it gets a little wilder as Stony Creek gets the deflection and ties it up with just 32 seconds to go. Stony Creek win the face-off. Actually, Winnipeg won it, but then it's kept in by Stony Creek. There's Austin Blaze. His shot from well out, but it is deflected in front. I think that's Justin Dewick. Ties it up. Last shot wins. Ball went out into the players' bench, actually into the penalty box area. .2 seconds to go. Time for another 2 or 3 goals, I think, the way this one's going. Ferenik with a chance. West. His shot stopped by Worth. 2 good scoring chances for Winnipeg. Down to 13.6 to go. Wonder what the conversation will be between periods with these two teams. I think it might have something to do with tightening up on defense a little bit. Face-off win, they'll drop it back. West with a shot, another save by Worth. It's loose in front. Cleared away, out. Down the floor, 4.2 seconds to go. Change for Stony Creek as Dewick goes off and replaced by John Dungy. That one goes up in the air. Still not quite over. 1.2. Just got to push it towards the goal. They try. Buzzer goes, and this one comes to an end. It was a wild opening 20 minutes. Stony Creek with a couple of goals in the first couple of minutes. Winnipeg came back and tied it up with about 5.5 minutes gone. And here we are now after 20 minutes of play. 4-4 tie between Winnipeg and Stony Creek. We'll take a little break of a little less than 5 minutes, and we'll be back with the second period of this Men's B bronze medal game. You're watching the Canadian Ball Hockey Association. Men's B, C, indeed, Women's B, National Championships. We are in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Lots of scoring in that opening period. Teams are tied at 4 after 20 minutes of play in this Men's B bronze medal game. Stony Creek versus Winnipeg. Shot in on launch. He's got it between the pads, holds on. 6 seconds in, we'll get our first whistle here in the second period. Dewick tried to push it towards goal as he took the face off. Did not get through to the goaltender. Chesson, his pocket was picked, and Winnipeg will bring it out. Saunders down into the corner, around the boards. Hebb back to Moore. Kept in by Winnipeg. Ferenik pushed off the ball, trying to stay with it. Good physical play in behind the goal. Still a scramble for it. Stony Creek player's gone down. Covers up. The ball still rattling around. It went through the crease. Comes here to the boards, and Stony Creek is on it. Saunders gets away from Dewick. Dewick lost his stick. He's got to go back and pick it up. Tried to give and go. Saunders will carry on down into the corner. Goes in there with Young. Ball comes out the other side, and on it first is Taylor. Taylor for Stony Creek. Taylor up the floor, chips it in. Lodge out to play it, plays it around behind his goal. Trying to get to it there is Liwak. Scores! Whoopsie daisy. Ball came around the sideboards, and Lodge just wasn't ready. Not happy with himself. So he plays it behind the goal. Liwak is there first, rings it up around the boards, but it is stolen there by Stony Creek, and he just turns and fires it towards the goal. Any shot on goal, you know what they say, any shot on goal is a good one. That one paid off. Oops. There it is, 5-4. So we'll see if Winnipeg can respond as they've been doing. 2-on-1, Stony Creek, Walensky. Too far for Robertson. I see Robertson is back out there after tweaking his knee in the first period. West. Liwak moves it up off the boards. On it is Collins. Collins, watched by Dungy. He likes to cycle it back down low. Comes back at the point. Shot comes in. Hit a couple of players in front. And that's going to be a penalty to Winnipeg. as Scott Newman hauled down Ken McLean. McLean was the one who knocked down that shot from the point, was turning to try and clear it when he got hauled down by Newman. Newman's gone to the penalty box, 2 for hooking. Stony Creek on the power play, leading it by 1. And that's an errant pass. It'll send Stony Creek all the way back down into their own end. Ojiro takes it from Worth. Gets to center. He'll bring it in himself. Cuts in and offside. And Ojiro had made a great move. He would have been in on a breakaway, but they called it offside at the blue line. One of his teammates jumped in just ahead of the play. Ojiro walks back to center looking a little frustrated, understandably so. He had split the defense perfectly at the blue line and was in all alone. Now Ojiro's got it again. Gave it up. Back comes Collins. He'll clear it down deep for Winnipeg and then retreat. Dewick back to pick it up. They gain the zone. They'll set up. Ojiro. Blaze, he's got a hard shot. That one's on target. Lodge makes the save and holds on. Minute 3 to go in the power play. Face-off win by Winnipeg, but kept in by Austin Blaze. And to Taylor. Back to Blaze. To Taylor. Taylor steps in, shoots it. That comes out here on the near side, all the way out at center. Blaze. Long shot. Wide of the goal. Kept in by Stony Creek and behind the goal. Ball goes up in the air at the side and then into the corner. Back to Blaze. Can't shoot it. So he'll put it back in along the boards. Come back to Blaze. This time he'll shoot it. That one was blocked. Here's a 2-on-1, shorthanded. Collins with Turnett. Scores! Collins, shorthanded goal. And the pattern continues. Shot by Blaze was blocked, and Collins takes it. He's got Turnett with him. He likes to keep going. And Blaze diving over to try and block it. May have actually deflected it. Made it a little tougher for Worth. But you do what you think you need to try to do. He was hustling to try and break that up. We're tied again. See how long this lasts. Worth coming way out. Lodge with the save. Penalty had expired a little while ago, so we're 5-on-5. bouncing through the slot, taken away. Chesson shoots it in right on to Lodge. He'll hold on to it. No rebound. One-timers fanned on. Winnipeg get it at their own blue line, head up the floor. Wilson tried to play it back for Hobbs. Hobbs has it. Hobbs shoots. Save was made. The ball was loose, played into the corner. Duciem taken away. Wolanski. And he in turn had it taken by Dumas. Wilson off the boards, trying to get it to Milton Michel. The ball went out of play, up into the mesh. Face-off will stay in the Stony Creek end to the right of Davis Worth. Comes out at center. Let's go back and forth, turn it, able to get it just in over the blue line, and out it comes again. Now here's Stony Creek. Dungy, he has it poke checked. Turn in, off the boards, a little bit too far for Michel. And the ball comes up into the mesh right down below us. After this one, we'll begin our gold medal coverage, starting with the women's gold medal game. Edmonton Cherry Pickers taking on the Calgary Vipers. Edmonton versus Calgary. That hit the ceiling. So the face-off will come. Let's see, where are they going to move it? Just outside the blue line. Watch this. Referee tells them to move back, and they start moving forward. Every time. Chesson, shot, kicked away by Lodge. Edmonton on the rebound. They chip it out. The race is on, and getting to it first was Durney. Moved it up ahead into the zone. Taylor, pass across, scores! Great pass by Michael Durney. Across to, I believe it was Taylor. Let's have a look. Oh, this is Taylor with the pass, rather, to Dewick. Back of the goal. (6-5), Stony Creek. What a difference in this game and the women's game we had earlier, which ended 0-0 after regulation. We had to go to overtime before it was settled. We may or may not have overtime in this one, but it's a far cry from double zeros. Winnipeg coming back and almost put in by the defense. Wow. Worth with maybe his best save. Robs Chris Dean, his teammate. The pass was coming through the crease. Dean just put his stick out, and that was headed for the top corner. And Dean goes back and speaks to Worth. Combination of sorry about that and great save. Ball goes up in the air. Fentic knocks it down. Ball goes down into the far corner. On it first over there is Wilson. Fentic off the boards looking for Wolanski. West gets back. Fentic following up on it. He gets knocked down. Ball is lifted high in the air, batted out of the air by Kakaby. Winnipeg stay on it for Rennick in behind the goal. Rennick trying to get it out in front, desperately poking at it as he lies on his back. It's kept out. They try and get it to Dewick. That's intercepted by Dumas. The shot comes in, hits some bodies in front. Hobbs goes to the boards. The ball goes down the floor, and it will be a flooring call against Stony Creek. We're down to 11:08 to go. Still lots of time. And the way these teams are scoring, lots of time for more goals. 6-5. Chesson, shot wide of the goal. Stony Creek elect to back off. It'll be shot in by Scott. Scott trying to get out in front. Knockdown penalty coming up to Stony Creek. They've got the extra attacker out there on the delayed penalty. Dumas with shot, scores! On the delayed penalty, they get the extra attacker out there. Here's Dumas, number 8. And lots of room from just outside the blue line. Look at all the traffic in front. No chance for Worth. And we are tied again. That shot by Collins goes wide. Faceoff will come back down into the Stony Creek end. Still have more than half a period to go. 12 goals combined between these two teams. And we are about 3/4 of the way through this one. Winnipeg win the faceoff. It's backhanded in behind the goal. Collins. That shot is ripped wide. This will go down the floor, and the faceoff will come back. Collins from the faceoff. Poor coverage there as he was able to step around his counterpart, the other centerman, and get a good shot away. And Collins against Dewick. The ball is dropped, comes loose. Stony Creek can't get it out. Kept in by West. West down in behind the goal to Michelle. Milton Michelle kicks it off the boards. It'll come out. Stony Creek have it. Taylor lost it. Stays in play down below us. Winnipeg hard off the boards. Kept in by Stony. Heb. Over to Collins. The 277s go into the corner. Coming away with the ball is Ojiro. That pass picked off. Up at the blue line. Heb threw it in front. Collins was cruising through the crease. Back at the point, a hard shot by Michael Moore goes wide. Winnipeg trying to get it in front of the goal. The ball goes into the corner. Dewick is there. Gets it up ahead to Chesson. That goes in behind the Winnipeg goal to come to the near boards. Race for it there. Winnipeg get to it first. Duciem hustling along the boards. He'll try and cycle it back. He's got it. Works along the half wall now. Now he'll throw it in behind the goal. Winnipeg getting it out in front. Shot, save made, rebound is there, not covered. Collins on it again for Winnipeg. Actually, that's 47. Hobbs. Moore pinched in, got a shot that was blocked. Wolanski can't get it out, kept in again. Hobbs. Hobbs trying to get it into the middle, does, but the shot hits a bunch of bodies in front and cleared away by Dungy. Kakaby. Winnipeg changing. Young. Referee out at center has called a penalty. Tripping. It's going to go against Winnipeg. Going to the penalty box is number 8, Josh Dumas. Going high to knock it down was Ojiro. Back to Austin Blaze. To Blaze. Once again, they go down to Taylor. Back to Blaze. Ojiro. Blaze, one-timer. That was stopped by Turnant. That was Dewick, who rang it off the outside of the post. And then it's cleared down the floor by Winnipeg. Ojiro stopped at the blue line this time, knocked down. It'll be kept in. Now it comes out. They'll have to regain the zone again. That's redundant. To regain the zone. Blaze. Stony. Taken away by West. Comes to the boards. Diving and getting it out. Good play by Collins. It's back in over the blue line. So now they can set up their power play. Whoops. No, they can't, as Stony looked up and the ball slipped under his stick, so they've got to try it again. This time he'll shoot it in right on goal. Lodge got a piece of it and it just trickled past the post. This one gets out. Penalties over. We remain tied at 6. Heb off the boards, goes behind the goal. Durney's in there looking for it, taken away by Dewick. Chesson. Everybody yelling, ice, ice, baby. .433 to go. As I've mentioned before, the players still refer to it as icing all the time. You'll hear them yell on the floor. Ice, ice. They don't mention the baby part. I threw that one in. But the rule book in ball hockey refers to it as flooring, so I've always gone with that until I get everybody else on board. Could be waiting a long time. Winnipeg with control in their own end, but nowhere to go. It's just flipped out down the floor. It'll come off the boards, and Worth comes out to play it up ahead. Gets it to Holditch. To Kakavy. To Dean. Back to Kakavy. One-time shot over the top of the goal wide. That actually goes out of play. It was so high. Under 4 to go. Lodge with the save, batted away. Blaze has it again. Off the boards to himself. Blaze driving it down deep, tried to get it out in front, stopped there by West. Tyler West. He'll try it this side. Not out. Now Winnipeg with a chance to move it up through the middle. Good pass there. Right onto the stick of Scott. And to Ferenik. Back to Scott. Plays it to an open corner. Ojiro gets to it. Down the floor. Flooring. Both teams will change as we are closing in on 3 minutes left to go. It is still tied. It has been back and forth all morning. Face-off win for Winnipeg. That did not miss by much. There was room on that far side, and the ball just sailed past the post. Michelle turns, fires it in. Collins, back to Michelle. He'll shoot it. Save is made by Worth, and Worth is able to hold on to it. Exactly 3 minutes left. Chesson shot over the top of the goal. Lodge ducked out of the way of that. Dewick's got it. Back pass into the middle. Chesson had it taken away, and Heb. And they'll roll right down to Worth. They'll bring about a face-off in the Stony Creek end. Duciem to face off against Taylor. Ball goes to the board. Stony Creek has it. Lewak gets it to Hobbs. Hobbs got it to Wilson, and that's broken up. Dean shoots it in wide of the goal. Dumas back to get it. Josh Dumas gets to center, shoots it in, it's turned into the corner. Ball is loose there at the side of the goal. Worth had made the save but hadn't covered it. And this will go all the way down the floor. And once again, a flooring call. Under 2 minutes to go now in this tie game for the bronze medal. Goes out of play down in the corner. Last touch by Winnipeg, so the faceoff comes outside of the blue line. Faceoff win, shot right on goal. Worth plays it, gets it up ahead to Orlansky. Fentic in over the blue line. He has it knocked away. Turnant forward towards the middle and cleared away by Stony Creek, but then they have to go back into their own end. Robertson around the boards. Over to Ojiro. It's tipped. No icing. Not even flooring. I'm getting caught up in it. 1:11 to go. That one will be. Call it what you want. Either way, face-off down in the Winnipeg end. 1:06 to go now. Haven't had a goal in about 9 minutes. As things tighten up. Ojiro cross to Blaze, thrown in front. Dewick tried to give it to Chesson. That was broken up. Kept in. Blaze. Then he has the ball poke checked away from him. This will bring the faceoff back down into the Stony Creek end. Can somebody finish this one in regulation, or will we head to a second straight overtime this morning? Our women's bronze went to overtime. Timeout has been called. We'll take a break as well. We are tied at 6 with 45.4 seconds left to go. Men's B bronze medal on the line. Up next, the women's gold medal game. Edmonton Cherry Pickers, Calgary Vipers. That game will start 6 or 7 minutes after the end of this one. There's Davis Worth in goal for Stony Creek. Darren Lodge down the other end. Both goalies have been peppered with shots. It's been a wide open affair. It has settled down the last few minutes as teams begin to realize that we're getting down to the last few seconds, last few minutes, and they tighten up the defense. Moore That's lifted down the floor. Will it be enough? And they will call flooring with 29.5 seconds to go. The last couple of minutes, neither team taking many chances in their own end. To get under pressure, they'll just send it down the floor and take their chances on the faceoff. Dewick will take the faceoff against Collins. Collins wins it back into the corner. It's off the boards, kept in by Ojero. Can't move it. Still keeps it in. Now Winnipeg with a chance to move it. Finally it comes out over center. West is on it. 12 seconds to go. West chips it down into the corner. He'll go in looking for it. Ball goes up around the boards. Gets it on front. They score! 7.1 seconds. Give West the credit as he hustled to go get that ball. There's West beating his man at the blue line. Goes in behind the goal, and he will come up with it. Chips it past the other defender right out in front. And bang, it's put home. And in that huddle, can't pick out the number of the player who got it. Let's see if we can stay with it. This is celebration to the bench. Unfortunately, I'm not sure. Buzzer goes, game is over. What a finish. We didn't get to overtime, but almost 7.1 seconds left. Winnipeg win the bronze medal. And they go down and celebrate with goaltender Darren Lodge. Disappointment, no doubt, for the team from Stony Creek. Right down below us, I see Justin Dewick. Very disappointed. He gave his all. He had a great game for Stony Creek. They come that close. But what a play by Tyler West.